I'm Deepthi V, the news anchor. Today our main topic is the acceptance and rejection of marriage equality. About 9 million Americans recognize themselves as gay. There have been many different lawsuits regarding marriage laws in different states. Recently, there was a case brought to the Michigan State Court by Abel DeBoer and Jane Rouse. Their case was fighting the law that prevented them from co-adopting their 3 children as a couple. The results of this case will be further discussed tomorrow, so be sure to tune in. The lawsuit spurred many similar cases to pop up all over the country. Now here's Sydney, the assistant from the courthouse in Alpharetta, interviewing fellow co-workers, guests, and faculty about specific court cases on marriage equality in the United States.
Shauna Horn, a student from Alpharetta High School.
Do you think people should be licensed if they want to marry one of the same sex?
Yes, I do think citizens should be licensed if they marry someone of the same sex. They should be licensed because everyone should be able to choose who they marry. Taking away a license from someone just for loving someone of the same sex should not be allowed.
Now here's another Alpharetta High School student, Kendall Anderson. How do you feel about a federal income tax on citizens that love the same sex?
Well, I don't think there should be a tax because I think everybody should be treated fairly. But at the same time, I don't think the government should be able to define marriage because it's a religious term and it's been around since Adam and Eve. That's my input.
This has been the latest. I'm Sydney Panetta. Back to you, Deepthi.
Thank you, Sydney. Last year, a study was conducted by Richard Wright, Alan LeBlanc, and M. Badgett. They were trying to figure out if there were psychological benefits to being in a legal marriage. Here's Ali to explain more about it.
Thanks, Deepthi. I'm here today in the office where the study was conducted. This experiment included over 40,000 individuals to determine the potential health benefits of same-sex marriage. A survey was conducted over the phone in which adults 70 years of age and younger were asked questions about their sexuality and their mental health. Their psychological distress was measured using the Kessler-6 screening scale. This includes asking individuals how often in the past 30 days the person felt nervous, hopeless, restless, or depressed. Then questions about the legal relationship status they shared with their partner were asked. They were asked if they were registered as a domestic partnership, married, widowed, divorced, living with a partner in a marriage-like relationship, or never married. The results of this study showed that lesbian or bisexual women were more likely to be in a same-sex marriage, while gay or bisexual men were more likely to be in a domestic partnership. In addition to this, the study supports that same-sex married people were significantly less psychologically distressed than lesbian, gay, and bisexual people not legally recognized as married. That even includes people in a legal domestic partnership. It has been shown that the number of psychiatric disorders increased among lesbian, gay, and bisexual people in American states that banned same-sex marriages. Thus, legal recognition of same-sex marriages appears to have the potential to decrease mental health variation between heterosexuals and lesbian, gay, and bisexual people. Although this was a very thorough study, the Kessler-6 scale that was used to measure psychological distress is not a scale that is based on medical facts about individuals, but their opinions on their own emotions. Because of this, further studies need to be conducted to confirm these findings. Back to you, Deepthi.
Thank you, Ali. The Netherlands became the first country to legalize gay marriage in 2001, but millions of other people live in countries that outlaw same-sex relationships and prosecute people for being gay. For example, Andre Banks of CNN wrote about the issues in Cameroon regarding MBD. Here's Miranda reporting more about this.
In the U.S. and a few other parts of the world, in a short period of time, there has been a shift toward popular support for marriage equality. However, this is only half the story. For example, in more than 75 countries it is crime to be gay, and millions of people continue to live in places that outlaw same-sex relationships and prosecute people for being gay. In 5 countries, and in parts of 2 others, homosexuality is still punishable with a death penalty. These countries include Iran, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Sudan, and Nigeria. Also, Olympicos Russia introduced new legislation in June that prescribes fines for anyone giving information about homosexuality to people under 18. In Moscow, federal legislation is in the protest of banning same-sex couples from adopting Russian children. Here's the story of Roger Mabin. Roger spent a year jailed under Cameroon's anti-gay laws for sending this text to another man. I'm very much in love with you. Last month, Mabed died too young at the age of 35 after faced with harassment and he was forced to leave the university he was studying.
So gay marriage and fighting for gay rights is a social issue that prevails everywhere in the world. People are intimidated to be judged or viewed as an outcast by society just because they're interested in the same sex. The words of Andre Banks are still fresh in my memory, and I'd like to end today's news by quoting him. "This is a world where people routinely sacrifice their safety and dignity, family and freedom because of who they are or who they love. If we believe in equality anywhere in the world, we must believe in it everywhere in the world." Thank you.